Hi, my name is Chris and this is Battle Nonsense. The Frostbite Engine is not only known for producing stunning images, but also for its incredible sound. The latest game that is running on the Frostbite Engine is Battlefield Hardline, and even though I think that the sound is not as epic as in Bad Company, it is still very good.
I got him! Suspect taken out! Took out armed suspect!
So even though the sound we get in these games is already very good, the question is if it could be made even better. And there really is one thing that the audio engine is currently ignoring. And here in the downtown map of the Hardline beta, I want to demonstrate you what that is. On the minimap you can see that there is one of my teammates behind me, who will now run past me, fire a few shots and then call for a medic.
I'm hit bad!
So that did sound quite good. Now he will take the stairs to the next floor and then repeat what he just did.
Ah! I'm hit bad!
And now he will do the same on the roof.
Fuck, I'm hit!
So as we just heard, there isn't much of a difference when the other player is 1 or 2 floors above me. The sound pretty much goes straight through the ceiling. The only difference that you can hear in this example, because the server is empty and there are no other players creating additional noise, is that the volume decreases when the distance increases. But it still sounds like this player is on the same floor as I am, even though he's on the roof. And it makes absolutely no difference if you configure the in-game audio to use stereo or surround, or if you choose any of the in-game audio presets like headphones, war tapes, soundbars, hi-fi, etc. It also doesn't matter if you use an onboard sound chip or a separate audio card. And this behavior is not Hardline specific. It is the same in Bad Company, Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. The audio just goes straight through walls and ceilings without any changes to the frequency nor the volume of the sound. And this means that if you enter a building and hear footsteps, gunfire or a voiceover, then you have to search every floor of that building to find that player, because it always sounds like the player would be on the same floor as you are. So in my opinion, the next step in improving the audio of the Frostbite Engine games and to increase the player's immersion into the game is to introduce audio occlusion. This feature will change the volume and the frequency of the audio depending on what kind of materials and objects, like walls and ceilings, are between you and the audio source. If you want to try for yourself how audio occlusion works, then you can simply play some music in your room, then you leave the room and close the door. You will then notice how the music starts to sound different. And if you live in an apartment where you have someone living above you, then you already know what footsteps sound like when they come from a different floor. Now, I don't know if the Frostbite Engine even supports that level of audio occlusion at the moment. Maybe the Frostbite team has to create the tools first, and it's surely a huge task to get this done right, so that the audio does not cut out instantly when you move around in the game world. But I think that it is totally worth the effort, because audio occlusion takes the sound to a whole new level, as it enables the video game to mimic real life. And this means that you get more immersed into the game, and it makes it much more intuitive to locate the source of a sound in the game world. So this is definitely a big task, but I hope that the Frostbite studio can look into it and provide the studios with a toolset that is able to do most of the groundwork on its own, so that it becomes relatively easy for the developers to take use of audio occlusion in their upcoming games. The sound design is such an important part of video games because it is one of the key factors to create a believable world for the player, and it allows the player to interact with the game on a very intuitive level. Take the defibrillator in Battlefield 4 as example. You could have a progress bar on your screen that tells you how much you charged it up, which means to just have another element to the already very crowded HUD. Or you could do what Isolate did and use a sound to tell the player when it is fully charged. This is just one example where the game can use its sound design to elegantly get an information to the player. I would be very happy to see the developers take more time to think about how they can use sounds to have the game communicate with the player. Like directional voice over IP, where you just have to listen to the guy who is talking to you to find out that he is to your left. So let me know in the comments if you also frequently look for the enemy player on the wrong floor of a building, and if you would like to see future games to use audio occlusion. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a nice day and take care. My name is Chris and this was Battle Nonsense.